I began playing drums when I was 5 years old. I got my first toy drum. Then I got my first drum set when I was 10 years old, and I played in a Jewish youth orchestra outside of school. And then from that little orchestra, a few of us kids formed a little combo, and we played for weddings and parties and bar mitzvahs and bowling banquets and various things. When I was young, people used to think it was really unusual when I would come in and sit down and play the drums. They always expected a boy. And I didn't think it was unusual because I always loved drumming and I always knew that I wanted to play the drums, so it felt very natural to me. I had a lot of support at home from my family because my mother always wanted me to be happy. So as long as I was happy playing drums, she loved it. She loved music, and then my sisters were in show business. They were singers and they played the piano. I would always drum with them. Even before I got a drum set, I would play on pots and pans. So when I got a drum set, we'd play all together. And I remember everybody in the neighborhood would come and listen. So because I had a lot of support with my family, and because I really loved drumming and just knew I wanted to do it, I never seemed to have trouble even at school. A lot of women have told me that when they were girls they wanted to play drums, but the music teacher wouldn't let them do it. That never happened to me, and I think he knew better, because I would have said, well, that's ridiculous, I want to play drums. I do believe that there was a big difference because I was female. Now, what I always thought was that I had to prove myself and I had to be extra good, or else the guys wouldn't respect my drumming. So I worked really hard to be extra good, which took a little bit of the fun out of it for me and put a little bit of pressure on it. But I always wanted to be the best anyway at what I do. I wanted to be as good as I could be, as accomplished as I could be at some things. And I love drumming, so I did that. I was often told, you play good for a girl, and that was supposed to be a high compliment. I thought it was a strange thing to say. I was treated as a novelty often, which worked for me and against me. Sometimes I would be hired for jobs because they'd think, oh, this is a novelty, this will make the band a little different to have a female drummer. And other times it was, oh, we don't want a female drummer, we want all guys in the band. It's a funny thing. If you put people behind a curtain and you didn't know how old they were, what gender they were, what race they were, and just judge them by how they sounded, that's the best. That's what it's about. I started drumming when I was 10. That was 56 years ago. But it's very satisfying to see that there are more girls and women playing drums than there were when I was growing up. So that makes my life feel like it was worthwhile.